Hey everyone, welcome back to Observe in episode 2 of Faces. Now, as many of you know, Mark Zuckerberg gave a congressional testimony in which Congress was able to ploy him with questions centered mainly around the privacy terms of Facebook. One of the big questions that was asked is if our devices that have microphones, for example, our cell phones, tablets, laptops, webcams, anything that has a microphone, if it's listening in on us while we're not thinking of it. Well, Mark gave an answer to that, and we're going to take a look at it and see what he said verbally and non-verbally. Was he lying? Okay, before diving into the meat of this video, the actual analysis, there's something that I want to go over that I call nonverbal disunion. And what nonverbal disunion is when you're saying one thing, but your body language is saying a different thing. Now, this is very, very common in deceit because it's hard to say one thing with your words and then have your body language line up with that if you're actually lying. So this is one thing that I always look out for in the response from people who might possibly be telling a lie. But let's go ahead and take a look at the congressman's question.
Yes or no, does Facebook use audio obtained from mobile devices to enrich personal information about its users?
So we're going to pause it there. Now, if Mark Zuckerberg is lying in his response, we should see nonverbal disunion. So if he says, yes, that is true, but he shakes his head while saying it, so yes, that is true, then the truth is it's not true, as confusing as that might be. But then if he says no, that it isn't true, but he nods while doing it, that also means that he's lying and it actually is true. So let's go ahead and take a look to see what Mark does with his nonverbal communication as opposed to his words.
Yes or no, does Facebook use audio obtained from mobile devices to enrich personal information about its users?
No.
So did you see any nonverbal disunion? Well, let me play things back for you in the form of a loop to make things a little bit more clear. Do you see the nonverbal disunion now? It's a little hard to spot originally. However, if you play it back in a loop like this of a forward reverse loop, the nod becomes very, very clear. And this nod goes in direct contradiction to the words that he just said. But this isn't the only example of this specific style of nonverbal disunion. It is very prevalent throughout history.
Ceremony, and we basically were told to run to our cars. Now that is what happened.
I did not have sexual relations with...
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
However, beyond that, Mark does something afterwards. He flashes two micro expressions kind of combined all the way around into one. And the first of this that I'm going to point out, the first part of this kind of expressional cluster, so to speak, is the pressing of the lips together. This is a classic and very, very universal and common sign of annoyance or irritation, slight anger, so on and so forth. And this has some psychological factors within the testimony itself, because everybody in this entire testimony is angry. Both sides, the congressmen are angry and Zuckerberg's angry and everybody's angry. So this irritation microexpression is honestly pretty expected. So when we see that, it's like, okay, yeah, duh. I mean, obviously he's irritated. He's probably heard this question about the Facebook listening in on a microphone many times before. And as you get asked the same question over and over and over again, then it gets pretty irritating. But what he combines it with is what is the kicker here, and it's something known as a mouth shrug. Now, a mouth shrug is common when a person says something and they're not actually convinced of it themselves. They're unsure about it. In full body language terms, it does a shoulder shrug. However, in facial expression terms, it does a mouth shrug, which he does here if you take a look. So first, you can obviously see the lips being pressed together in that micro expression that we just discussed, but then he pushes it just a little bit further and you can see the corners of his mouth turn down just a little bit more than before. And this is the mouth shrug, which is a nonverbal tell of a lack of confidence in what was just said. And this specific microexpression is also very, very prevalent throughout history, as we can see in these following examples.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
I've earned everything I've got.
Those charges are utterly false.
So, is he lying? Is Facebook really listening in on us while we're not thinking about it or while we're not paying attention? Well, something that needs to be clear is that nonverbal communication, the art of body language reading, is an art. It is not a guaranteed fact. So Paul Ekman, the pioneer of micro expressions and everything that has to do with lie detection, especially via the face, he said that nonverbal reading is usually around 65 to 75, sometimes 85% accurate. That's how the average of nonverbal communication reading works. So strictly going by that, I'm about 85% sure that he's lying. That being said, I don't have any physical evidence to back this up. I haven't been able to delve into the behind the scenes, the inner workings of Facebook to see if he's lying or not. But judging by his nonverbal communication, I would say yeah. I would say yeah, he's lying, and yeah, he's probably listening in. The implications of that are pretty big. But once again, this is not a guarantee. This is not 100%, and nor will it ever be. But this is about 65 to 85% sure that he is lying. So take what you want out of this. I hope you enjoyed this nonverbal analysis of Mark Zuckerberg's response to these questions by Congress. If you want to see more videos like this one, specifically maybe even around Zuckerberg and his entire response to these pretty big questions from Congress, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I will be doing that responding to your comments video after this, but there is a new schedule coming up with the Observe videos. So I will be doing a high production, high quality video like this one about every week. And then I will also be doing another video after that. And the way it's going to work is I will do high quality like this probably every Saturday. That's the hope. And then on the Friday after, or the Friday before, there will be a lower quality, just kind of tip-based video, not too much production quality, but still giving you some information. And then on Wednesdays, I will be responding to your comments throughout the rest of the week. So that's how that new cycle is going to be, and I'm trying to up my content for you so that you can see more, learn more, and hopefully be able to study a little bit more. But if you liked this video, hit the like button. It really does help me. Share it around if you would like. I would like that too. Hit subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Like I said, they should be coming out fairly regularly. But that being said, that is all that I've got for the day. My name is Logan, and you have been oh so awesome, as you always are. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.